This is the case study of Urvashi. Let me go to question number 3. And as I read the question, I'll enter the data also. Now this is with respect to the purchase of house, and for that she will avail a loan to the extent of 70% of the value of desired house in next 3 years. Now what is the value of the house that we have to check in the case? So from the case we have to take the house value, and this purchase will happen 3 years from now. So I'll put the number of period, that is n per number of period, and it is 3 year in future. Okay, next sentence, she wants to fully repay the loan by the time she intends to retire. So the loan period or the loan number of period, that also we have to take from the case. So what is the age now and at what age she will retire? So that will be the loan period. And you consider 8.5% as an average interest rate. So the interest rate is 8.5% and this is per annum. And lastly, what the objective is, she asks you by how much EMI on the loan would exceed her monthly outgo towards house rent. So we have to find what is the EMI value and how much it exceeds the current rent value. Okay, so now first let me see the goal and then some more data with respect to the number of period, that is the time period of loan. That is, we must know what is her current age and the retirement age. Fine. So the first goal is with respect to the purchase of house. Now, as of now, the house value is 1.25 crores. So let me enter that. And this is the current value, okay? And what is the value 3 year hence? Because she will purchase after 3 years. So what is that value? So of course, we must know what is the appreciation rate, and that is not given in the question as well as in the goal. So definitely it is in the assumption part. And if you see, that is the 6th point, which is real estate appreciation, it is 6.5%. So find the future value. So this is the first step. You have to find what is the future value of house which costs now 1.25 crores 3 year hence. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put the step, okay? So step 1 is we have to find the future value of the house and the rate of appreciation is 6.5%. Okay, that is the first step. Okay, next is, okay, we have to find what is the loan period. So step 2 is the loan period. Okay, and for that we must know what is the current age and retirement age. So let me go to the again the case, and it is in the first para that Urvashi age is 34. Okay, and again the last line of the first para says she has planned to retire early from service at her age of 55 years. So let me put that also. So current age is 34 and 55. Fine. So from this we can get to know what is the loan period. And next we have to find step 3 is the loan amount, and that loan amount is future value of the house, and we have to take 70% of it, because this is what the question is saying. Let me check again the data in the question, and it says the loan will be 70% of the value of desired house in the next 3 years. All right. The loan amount will be the step 1 value and multiply with 70%. And lastly, we have to find the EMI. Once we get to know the EMI, we'll get the answer, which is our EMI value minus the rent value or the rent amount. So these are the steps we have to follow. Now, for better understanding, and the good practice is make the timeline for it. So as of now, the Urvashi age is 34 and she will retire at 55. And the house purchase is 3 years from now. So let's say I'll put a mark here. Okay, so 34 plus 3, it comes to 37. So the loan period will be actually 55 minus 37. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put the loan N per number of period is 55 minus 37 years. Okay, so this is the first. Okay, loan amount I already mentioned in the Excel or the open office spreadsheet. So what is the loan value or the loan availed is at 34 the house cost is 1.25 crores. So what is the future value? And that future value will be the loan amount. Okay, now this is growing at the real estate appreciation, which is 6.5% for 3 years. Okay, so that we have to find. And finally, the EMI. So we have the number of period, that is the loan time period, which is 55 minus 37. Okay, we have the loan availed, which is 1.25 as of now. So what is the future value? That is the value 3 year hence. And the rate is, on an average, it is given, which is 8.5%. Okay, so I'll put here throughout the period, the loan rate is 8.5%. So on the basis of these 3 variables, we can find the EMI. So the critical part here is the loan period. Okay, not the the loan amount, but the loan period is the critical part. And one can miss this thing, that the house will be after 3 years. So if we ignore this, then the mistake one can commit is 55 minus 34. That has to be avoided. We have to be careful, and it has to be 55 minus the 37. So this will be the loan period. Now again, back to the spreadsheet. So I'll go with the step 1. And the future value. So the rate is 6.5. Okay, so let me put real estate appreciation is 6.5%. So I'll go with the inbuilt function, which is FP. Rate is 6.5 N per, okay, 3-year hence, okay, PMT, which is periodical payment, it is 0, and PV is the current value of the house. I'll take negative, so that answer is positive, which is 1.25 crores. And the type, one can go with 0 or 1, it makes no difference because it is a single amount. Okay, so even if you don't enter anything, by default it will take 0 only. So let me go with the closing parenthesis, and we have the future value, which comes to 1.50 crores. Okay, now next is the loan will be 70% of it. So I'll take 70% of the future value. Okay, so it comes to 1.05 crores. And this is what I made here. Okay, so you have to take 70% of it. So whatever the future value comes, you have to take 70% of it. That is the loan value. Okay, so this is the loan amount. Let me put in the bracket. So this is the loan amount. Okay, once we have this, what is the loan period? Okay, so it will be, I'm doing like this, 55 minus 34 plus 3, because this loan will be after 3 years. So 34 plus 3. Okay, so this is the loan period, which is 18 years. And the rate already I have written here, which is 8.5%. Now to calculate the EMI, okay, to calculate the EMI, we need to convert the rate as well as the years. So what I'll do is 18 years multiply with 12 months, so 216 months, and same way this 8.5 and this I'll divide by 12, so we will get the monthly rate. Okay, and it comes to 0.70. So let me convert into percentage. So it is 0.71. Okay, once we have this data, let me go to the step 4. Okay, and step 4 is the EMI. For that, we have to use the PMT function. Okay, so you know this is the basic, right? So I'll go first with the rate. Number of period is 216 months. Present value is the loan value. I'll put minus so that answer is positive. And future value is 0. And remember, type is always 0 because the EMI has to be paid at the end of the month only, or at the end of the period. And what we are getting is the EMI value, which comes to 95,702. Okay, and the rent. Okay, so let me check the rent value, and surely it will be given on the first page only. So if I go to the regular outgoing, and here you can see it is the house rent per month is 35,000. Fine. I'll do the last part, which is your EMI minus the 35,000. And what we are getting is 60,702. This is the value by which the EMI will exceed. Let's check in the option. And it is there. If you see the D part, which is 60,703.